Welcome everybody to the Scott Show and this day in history. This is an ongoing, every single day history lesson into what's going on, what happened today, December 14th. Of course, it is 2017, but let's go way back in the past and find out what happened. So December 14th, the 348th day of the year, 17 days remaining until the end of the year. Constantinople was severely damaged by an earthquake back in 557. In 1542, Princess Mary Stuart became Mary, Queen of the Scots. In 1782, the Montgolfier brothers first test fly an unmanned air balloon in France. It floats nearly 1.2 miles up in the air. In 1819, Alabama becomes the 22nd U.S. state. In 1836, the Toledo War officially ends. In 1896, the Glasgow Underground Railway is opened by the Glasgow District Subway Company. In 1902, the Commercial Pacific Cable Company lays its first Pacific telegraph cable from San Francisco to Honolulu. 1902. 1903, the Wright brothers make the first attempt to fly with the Wright Flyer in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. 1907, the Thomas W. Lawson, the largest ever ship without a heat engine, runs aground and founders near Hellwither's Reef within the Isle of Scilly. In a gale, the pilot and 15 seamen die. 1909, the New South Wales Premier Charles Wade signs the Seat of Government Surrender Act, formally completing the transfer of state land to the Commonwealth to create the Australian Capital Territory. Interesting. 1918, Friedrich Karl von Hessen, a German prince elected by the Parliament of Finland to become King Vino I, renounces the Finnish throne. 1939, the Soviet Union is expelled from the League of Nations for invading Finland. 1940, plutonium is first isolated in Berkeley, California. 1941, in World War II, Japan signs a treaty of alliance with Thailand. In 1955, Albania, Austria, Bulgaria, Cambodia, Thailand, Finland, Hungary, Ireland, Italy, Jordan, Laos, Libya, Nepal, Portugal, Romania, and Spain join the United Nations through the United Nations Security Council Resolution 109. Wow. In 1958, the third Soviet Arctic expedition becomes the first to reach the southern pole of inaccessibility. In 1960, the Convention Against Discrimination in Education of the United Nations is adopted. In 1962, NASA Mariner 2 becomes the first spacecraft to fly by Venus. 1963, the dam containing the Baldwin Hills Reservoir burst, killing 5 people and damaging 100 homes in Los Angeles. 1964, the Heart of Atlanta Motel against the United States. The Supreme Court of the United States rules that Congress can use the Constitution's Commerce Clause to fight discrimination. 1972, the Apollo program. Eugene Cernan is the last person to walk on the moon after he and Harrison Schmitt complete the third and final extravehicular activity of the Apollo 17 mission. 1994, construction begins on the Three Gorges Dam in the Ganges River. 1995, the Dayton Agreement is signed in Paris by leaders of the Federal Republic of Yugoslavia, Croatia, and Bosnia and Herzegovina. In 1999, torrential rains forced flash floods in Vargas, Venezuela, resulting in tens of thousands of deaths, the destruction of thousands of homes, and the complete collapse of the state's infrastructure. In 2008, El-Zaidi throws his shoes at then U.S. President George W. Bush. 2012 Sandy Hook Elementary shooting. 28 people, including the gunman, are killed in Sandy Hook, Connecticut. And in 2013, a reported coup attempt in South Sudan leads to continued fighting and hundreds of casualties. All that happened this day in history. We have a few births and deaths, of course. We talk about both of those. We'll go to the births first. George VI of the United Kingdom, born 1895. Charlie Rich, born 1932. Patty Duke, born in 1946. Of course, very famous for the Patty Duke Show and a lot of other really cool shows. Bill Buckner, born in 1949. James Comey, the FBI director fired by the president, born in 1960. So happy birthday to former FBI director James Comey. Ted Raimi, 1965. Tammy Blanchard, 1976. And also Leland Chapman, but you guys would better know him as Dog the Bounty Hunter. It is his birthday today. A happy birthday goes out to Johnny Jeter, 1981. Tom Smith, one of the greatest English rugby players that I know, 1985. And Vanessa Hudgens, born 1988. And deaths that happen, very famous deaths that happen this day in history. Pope Adrian II, 872. John Harvey Kellogg, co-invented cornflakes, folks, died this day in 1943. Stanley Baldwin, former Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, died in 1947. Roger Maris died in 1985. Mira Eloy died in 1993. Norman Fell died in 1998. And Peter O'Toole died this day in history, 2013. And just a few other things going on. It is Alabama Day. It is Monkey Day, as I said earlier on the thing, and Christian Feast Day, John of the Cross. So that was this day in history. I want to thank you guys for joining me on the show. Every single day we come here and show you guys this day in history, what we got going on. And it's a really awesome day. So the 14th of December, you guys have a great day, and we'll catch you here real soon on the Scott Show Podcast.